welcome to No Movies in Hell. I'm Chris Geiger.
I'm LaCroix Scott, and today we are reviewing Civil War,
Alex
the latest
Garland.
by Alex Garland.
Yeah. I liked Ex Machina. I didn't see Annihilation.
So he's written a lot. I just like blanked out, but this TV show called Devs that came out on Hulu.
Okay.
Like I want to say in 2020 or 2021. He actually wrote the latest Judge Dredd that came out with Carl Urban. Ex Machina. He directed Annihilation. He did Men that came out 2 years ago.
See Men.
Yeah, and he wrote Never Let Me Go, which I think is a really, really good film. It was directed by Mark Romanek. I really like Alex Garland's body of work. Oh yeah, and he also wrote 28 Days Later, which I haven't seen.
You've never seen that?
Yeah, I have not seen it. And yes, it is a horror zombie film that I have not seen.
Crazy. Put it on your list. That one's actually pretty good.
I never see it it's like never streaming on anything. So I will have to, I don't know, Netflix no longer has DVD subscription. So I'll have to figure out how to watch this. So yes, Civil War, the much anticipated film. I feel like I've been seeing, trailers or hearing about it for such a long time. I'm also a fan of Kirsten Dunst. I love her work. So yeah.
Jesse Plemons. I think Jesse Plemons is so good.
Yeah. He's good in this film. He's really good in like Game Night, which is like, it's a comedy. Yeah. Comedy action, very funny movie, but he's great in that too, as like a weird guy.
I liked it. I didn't have to suspend as much disbelief as I wish I had to suspend.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell pretty early on with like where it's going to go, but I still enjoyed it. And I thought Jesse Plemons was great in his role.
Yeah. He only had a limited screen time, but really delivered. Yeah. I really enjoyed this film. I feel like it is very close to home. I thought the perspective was very good in terms of journalists covering what's going on in their perspective of it. And it just takes you on this really crazy ride of covering, trying to get this information and everything that's happening too. So, yeah.
I didn't realize until I watched the credits that the young girl reporter is Priscilla.
Yes. Yep.
So
that's how she got her job as Priscilla, because she was filming with Kirsten Dunst, and Kirsten Dunst was like, "Oh, hey, Sofia Coppola, this could be a potential Priscilla." So I was like, "Oh, that's cool,
interesting." I thought when I was watching it, I thought she looks a lot like Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh,
like in the face, they have similar like facial structure.
Huh. Be interesting.
Jennifer Lawrence in Winter's Bone.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go to the slides. Oh, so we're pretty close on this one.
Yeah. I guess I gave it additional for, I guess we differed in cinematography. I thought this movie was amazing. I think it just sits with you from like the action sequences and things, and then like the internal, the characters are taking their own photos, and just the progression of like the character development. It's like these are veteran photojournalists, and there's character Joel, and he's like kind of goofy and like happy-go-lucky and like really excited to take to report back. And then you have Kirsten Dunst's character Lee, and she's like seeing it all. It's just kind of like nothing phases her, whatever. She's doing her job, and she has to tell the story. So it's like all these emotions and things like Jesse, the newest person who wants to be a journalist that aspires, like she's with her idols, and it's so like fresh and new for her, and for them it's like, oh, they're doing a job, but then the job is really close to home. It's like when it's almost like it doesn't really hit them until, or it's there's not a much of an impact until it hits you, and it impacts people that you know or people that you work with, and you have to go and talk to these subjects or talk these subjects down from doing what they're going to do because of a certain belief that they have. And all of the I actually kind of like how they don't, it's not really explained how things happen. Like they drop little bits of, the president is doing this, territories are doing this, but also you have like, I was just trying to figure this out. You have civilians in full tactical gear and they're coordinating, right? And I'm like, they're coordinating. How do they know and train versus like the government, training? So I thought that was interesting. Um, and there wasn't a lot of like wiggle room for compassion either. It was very much like, we're not taking prisoners, we're just dealing with them. And I was just like, whoa, like you don't, I guess normally you're not supposed to do that, but this is a very abnormal situation. And it's also kind of like, yeah, it's very dystopian. It's very like yes or no.
Mm.
Um, and you could see, as the movie progresses and, as they get closer to their destination, they're trying to get to DC, um, how like this really impacts all the people that they meet on the way.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was very engaging, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And there was the scene where they stopped it for gas
Hmm.
and they're paying for it in Canadian dollars. And then they go out back.
Hmm.
And that was a rough scene to watch, but it's not even like the worst scene, right?
Yeah.
It's just kind of thrown in there in the middle. You're like, okay.
It's like one of the first scenes because that's when they're like, hey, we're going to hit the road and we're going to go to DC. And then it's like these people are just like blatantly happy, like, hey, this is what they think and this is what we're doing to them. It's like, what? And he's like, oh, I went to high school with that guy. And it's like,
Right.
what? And you're happy about this?
Right. Right. Can I take a picture standing next to them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good movie. I don't know what the public discourse of this film is, but I hope, and it's unfortunate to hear that Alex Garland said that he's like not going to direct any more films. But I really hope that he reconsiders because a lot of his stuff is so good. It's just really good from a storytelling perspective. Like the shots in this movie were so good. Like I understand it's really tough for independent filmmakers, but their audience is for content. So you
Yeah.
should still make it, even though like, yeah, it's not going to be a big blockbuster, but at the end of the day, like people aren't really going to see blockbusters now anyway.
Yeah. Oh, so that reminds me. Are you planning to see Challengers?
Uh, um, Probably not right away because of my schedule, but probably.
Interesting. All right.
What are your thoughts?
I don't, I did like the Luca
Bones and
movie.
all.
Yeah, Bones and all. This one seems like maybe I've already seen this. A different flavor, of course, of
Yeah.
this, but eh,
Yeah. 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 I still, yeah, that comes out this week. I think Abigail comes out this week, kind of being picky and choosy for what's coming out soon.
right. And Boy Kills World also
Oh,
out this
yes.
week. That's for sure. I don't think actually that's going to happen this week because of the Poolman premiere. I think that's going to push that out for me. But but that's definitely going to be next week if it's not this week. And yeah, there are a lot of things coming out this week that in rapid fire succession. I feel like May is going to be packed.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah. But
among all the other things, right? All the summer things that we should be doing outside.
Yes, exactly. Rooftop movies. There's no drive-ins in New York, or at least like near the city. So
there are not. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Since we're going to get cut off in 9 minutes.
Okay.